couch. Always behind the couch. Under the table, the closet under the stairs. 3 places to run, 3 places to hide. Every time their voices would rise, I would run to the closest sanctuary and thank God I was small enough to fit. Those voices ran across each corner of the room. They seemed to reverberate off my very skin. Dad told me to call him Sir. Never Dad. Mom, she told me to call her Hannah. She was so pretty when she slept. She was so pretty when she was happy. Now her body, 20 years older, tired from no sleep, breaking from fingertips pressed into her side and boiling with too hard of liquor for her fragile porcelain outline. After every uproar, after every tear by her, and every empty bottle by him, they would come looking. Her, happy to see him turn his malice towards me. Him, happy to turn his malice away from himself. I was the 6-year-old pathetic coward. Sir, I would say. My eyes would wander to Hannah, frightened, curious. What did I do? I called him Sir. I called her Hannah. They called me Henry at school. They called me Henry at church. They called me Monster at home. After black, they would confine me to my room. It was a tiny room, 1 window, where the words said minutes earlier would form a long sentence and wrap around in a circle above my head, like those little music boxes loving mothers would clip to the side of their infants' cribs. And I hated my room. I hated the dark, and they knew it too, and they took pleasure locking me in where they could get me. Dear reader, please note, if you were ever a 6-year-old child, remember what it was like to lay in bed and imagine that a loud heartbeat was pulsating thickly from underneath your mattress. Remember the hand that hovered over your face once you closed your eyes. Remember that loud breathing that resided around your open window. The creatures, that white little girl that crawled towards you in the night, hair hanging around her neck, fingers outstretched. To a child, that's horrid. To an adult, it's just a memory that most barely ever remember. Well, 20 years later, I didn't understand love. I didn't understand human connection. I understood the weather. It was constantly changing. I understood change. I didn't understand safety or emotion or love, hate. All that's unconditional. I was at my 2nd year of college. I was striving to be a writer. I didn't trust the crowds. I would go to my apartment, sit at my small desk. I got at a garage sale. And I would stay there for hours with my books, my papers, and a bottle of brandy. Then the day would end, and I would get ready for the next. I slept with the lights on. Always. I didn't want many things, but every once in a while, I hate to admit, I wanted to feel that popular emotion I'd read about in books. Love. I was scared to administer it myself. I was scared to feel it for another person. So things happened. One day on the walk to my apartment, I saw a girl in a red sweater. I pardoned her, asked if she knew where Rebecca Street was. She looked at me in a funny way. She paused and turned her back to me. Oh, my hands ran to her shoulders, my lips to her neck. Hard fingers, hard hands, her soft hair, thin ankles, I ran. I left her cream skin, crying at the violet bruises left in patches under her sweater and skirt. I'd been born of glass, but now I only felt apathy. No regrets, but still, that hard human pain that's there when you know you did something terrible. I went back to my apartment. I turned all the lights on and opened the windows. The night was calm and beautiful. The wind brought in glowflies by the dozen. They didn't bother me like most locals. They brought light and company, and I loved them. I loved them with all my heart. So I broke all my lamps, and I poured all the liquid into the bathtubs. There were small shards of porcelain glass. It managed to mix in very well with the water. Under my sink I had a little more kerosene, kind of like for a rainy day. So I put the kerosene into the bathtub too, and I thought to myself, maybe this is just the thing I need to illuminate me.